I'm the director responsible for innovation and operations at Eurostat, the statistical office of the European Union, and I'm very glad to welcome you here on this session dedicated to web data for official statistics, the European Statistical System Web Intelligence Hub. To discuss this important point, I will be helped by a panel of excellent speakers that I'm going to introduce in a minute. We will go through their presentation and then we will ask our discussant, that I will also introduce in a minute, to provide some few comments. Before we start with the introductions of the panelists, let me just highlight how important it is for official statistics to use new data sources. Non-traditional data sources can help get data to the market and information products to the market faster, with more information sets and covering policy needs in a more timely basis. So the example that we have in this session of an application of web data to different domains of official statistics and the issues that come with this, technical, operational, legal, financial, are very important as they have broader implications for the innovation agenda of official statistics everywhere. So let me go ahead and present the excellent speakers that will share their thoughts with us today. So first I have Vladimir Kvetan from Cedefop. Vladimir has been working in Cedefop, the European Center for Development of Vocational Training, for several years. He leads the work on developing systems for gathering and analyzing data from online job advertisements. And this is why he is very much welcome today to share his thoughts with us, as he has been working with Eurostat on a very important project. Next, we have Pia Mohapatra from Monster.com. Pia has also an extended experience in building big data services and analytics across a number of sectors, including finance, marketing, workforce, consulting, and media. She leads a team of data scientists at her company, Monster.com, and this team is helping to find solutions based on advanced data technologies, including machine learning. The first speaker in the session is Albrecht Wirtmann. He works for Eurostat. He is the acting head of unit on responsible for methodology and innovation in official statistics, and he will tell us about the important project that was carried out in Europe on the use of web data. As a discussant today, we have the pleasure to have with us Sophie Debreu. She works currently at Cienzano, and she's part of the team for strategy and external positioning of Cienzano. And she is also teaching at the University of Maastricht Smart Statistics. Before that, she was responsible and head of the methodology sector in the Statistics Netherlands organization, and particularly she was heading the group responsible for big data analytics. So all excellent speakers, very experienced in the use of big data for official statistics. It remains only to give the floor to them and learn from their experience. So I will start with Vladimir. Vladimir, please, you have the floor.
From sunny Thessaloniki, I would like to present you a paper which was jointly written by my colleague Jasper van Loo, but this work is based on the Cedefop's work on skills intelligence, which is developed in Department of Skills and Labor Market for more than 10 years. And at the beginning, I would like to start with presenting what skills intelligence is. And Cedefop, as institution or European Agency for Development of Vocational Training, tries to bring information which is gathered from the labor market to the sector of education. So basically, we are very much interested in analyzing of new trends in skills development, because skills intelligence is an outcome of an expert-driven process of identifying, analyzing, synthesizing, and presenting qualitative and quantitative results and information on skills and labor market. So basically, this will create then our our recommendations for education and training system. So as you can see, we have in those more than 10 years have developed various tools which are rather successful, like European Skills Forecast. We have developed European Skills Index, which is a composite index of performance of national skill systems, up to some more general ideas or tools like Skills Foresight. However, in all these tools, we are departing from official statistics, or what we call at this stage traditional or classic statistics, but given the scope of this work, which is skills, we are using very much proxies, which are occupations or education level, official education level. So we are quite in scarce getting information on actual skills. Of course, we have at this very moment various skills taxonomies as European ESCO, but we don't know necessarily how this is reflected in the labor market. So that's why Cedefop has went on this road to understanding online job advertisement. And to move forward, we need to define what online job advertisements are, because in current literature, it's very often presented like online job vacancies. But we know that the vacancy, by the definition, is the free post in the company, which is where employer is doing active steps and activating HR strategies to actually advertise these free spaces, free chairs, so to say, in companies. And this could be done either offline, which are like banners in the windows, or newspaper or magazines advertisements, but also online in these days. However, when going to the online, we have lots of various noise and other elements, something like ghost vacancies, which are not leading necessary to the post, to the free chair. So we know that not all vacancies are advertised, and not all advertisements what we can get from the web are vacancies. So that's why we have entered and developed the system, which works across all EU member states, and is processing online job advertisements in in official language of the online job advertisement. This means that it works in various language pipelines, but each adopts this modular process, or modular approach, where we start from identification of web source, which are portals such as we have now monster.com, but it can be also other. Then we adopt process of cleaning of the data, trying to get rid of duplicates, trying to understand what are actual online job advertisement. And then, of course, we continue to information extraction, and we are using either official or well-established taxonomies, as for instance NACE for the sector, ISCO for occupation, or ESCO for skills. But also we are developing some internal or specialized taxonomies, like for instance for the working hours, or there are some ideas for types of contracts. And of course, then we move to data production or data presentation. But we know that here we need lots of fixing, lots of analysis, and lots of testing of the data, because of course what comes from the web is processed by the machine. But the question is, if we if and to what extent we can trust machines we are working with. So lots of iterations of testing and increasing of the quality, and of course this is not this is not able to do alone, because given the scope and size of our organization. That's why we believe in huge stakeholder cooperation, which is clearly presented by also by our cooperation with Eurostat, but also at the primary data owners. So just very briefly, where we are now with the project, and we have to also see that this project is not something that occurred here in the last couple of weeks, because we have started a piloting phase in year 2015. So it's quite a story behind. We have released first data in 2018, and in the meanwhile we have get in touch with Eurostat and source data to the first big data hackathon in 2017. And currently we have developed fully fledged production system, and we are making aggregated data available through various portals, including Cedefop's homepage. But we believe that in the next and in the near future, we need to really work on improvement of the data quality. We need to understand, and this is the strength of the work and of the type of analysis that we are trying to develop, bottom-up approach. This means that we will be able very shortly to identify new skills or new occupations which can feed then our analysis, but also there is a huge potential to explore new types of web data, such as CVs, which are published or made online, but also other types like things related to prices. Just a small gist of the small taste for results, and we, as almost everyone is currently following the impact of the pandemics to the labor market. And not only we saw some quick recovery in second half of 2020. So basically, where it looked at that time how that things will be slightly better. So we immediately saw some sort of going back to trajectory of the job advertisements or hiring. But we know that with the second wave, the hiring went again down. So here, what we can see are various skills which were demanded during the pandemic, and there are 4 key blocks which are managing and analyzing digital data, software development, finance and banking, but also creative design, creative and things related to design. So we can see that not only digital skills were highly demanded, but of course, in terms of sectors, we can see that mainly manufacturing was the sector which was driving the faster recovery. Just to conclude, we know that this type of data aims at 3 key elements of what we are looking from new types of the data. This is timeliness, this is granularity, and we can get individual skills.